Hello everyone, I'm the Gavinator. I'm so sorry that I've never done videos like this since a month. It's like been a while since I've done this. So today what we are going to do is that we're going to talk about different rocket functions. So let's go to the VAB and construct ourselves a rocket. Like some sort of lander of some sort. Or just the satellite. This is good enough. Let's use these panels. So our first one is extension and retraction. What's extension, you might ask? This is extension. It extends some sort of like object that can be extendable. But for this one, it has retracted. And retraction means an extendable object that retreats. For example, is that solar panel that's in green and my arrow cursor is pointing at. This one is the retraction, the retracted version of the solar panel. I can't word right now. Next up, hibernation. So let's say the satellite doesn't have any energy. It needs to hibernate. But what is hibernation? Hibernation is technically a process in which it's trying to save up its energy. Like, again, for example, the satellite, and it doesn't have enough energy. Let's revert flight to vehicle assembly so then we can get a good look at another thing that's part of rocket functions. And a significant thing about landers. So let's take this. Get rid of Bill and Bob with Jebediah in it, because of course everyone likes Jeb. And let's go all the way down to this. Or, I guess... No, I don't want it to be orange. Go back to that. This. Okay, so let's put on some structural in it so then we can see like the sort of thrusters. And before we talk about heat shields, we're going to talk about thrusters. There. Get you. Put you over there. Grab an engine, so-called thruster. Place you over there. I mean, like, let's just pretend that the lander doesn't even look like that. Like, it doesn't even look like this. It's just like, I don't know. And then we grab the heat shield for, again, our heat shield part. And then the coupling. And we're not going to use the docking stations. We're only going to use our sort of couplers. Like decouplers. If I can find the perfect one. Jeez. Searching in this game, in my opinion, is actually a little hard. Let's launch it. And of course our cheat code, which is on the D-pad, you press up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. And of course we got to set up all of this. And then set to orbit. We're going for Eve. Oh. Okay, I didn't mean to press that. I meant to press orbit and then again. And I also forgot about the staging. I literally do this every time. Like, I have some struggles on... Okay, state. Okay, maybe not. We need to revert it to vehicle assembly because I'm just getting out of hand with this. It's just so, like, I don't know. And I also forgot about the parachute. Which, that's also another thing we're going to talk about for today's video. And then add stage, add another stage. The stages go from bottom to top, if you don't know, like, if you're a noob of Kerbal Space Program, they go from bottom to top. Anyways, let's do it again. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. Set orbit. Eve. Set orbit, set orbit. Alright, we should be in orbit by now. So then thrusters. So in order to turn them on, like, their active form, when they just start activating, is ignition. Like you see on, like you heard on the sort of Apollo launch of 1969. So, launch, and we're going to talk to you about protograde. What protograde is that it makes your apoabscess higher. But retrograde is the opposite of protograde. It decreases your apoabscess to later switch it to your prepriabscess. As you can see here, they both kind of switch turn. But before I land, I need to do this so then I can see the more open area of Eve. And that's literally the name of this planet, it's Eve. And now it's time for time warp. And it also takes a little while. So this is going to take a few minutes if I were to assume. You just turn so slow. Like, just why? Why does it turn so slow? Okay, one more spin, and we should be good to go. Waiting is also a significant part about this. And if you're not patient, then I don't know what to say. There, jeez. And then we turn back to our retrograde. So our land is about like where I stop. Like, hopefully it's a pretty successful landing. Also, this side of Eve is a little swampy and cratery, but the area that I'm heading is a much more easier area to land on Eve. And now, it's time to do this. And I accidentally released the parachute, even though I'm in a vacuum. So, heat shield. Basically, what the heat shield does is that it protects your vehicle from the heat of a planet with an atmosphere. So then we have to time warp. And I know it feels like it's forever. As you can see here, the heat shield and the momentum of the ship is causing friction in the atmosphere. And as you can see here, the heat shield is protecting the vehicle that's behind it. And it also uses, like, it has a certain range on where it can protect. So then we just wait for a little while. And then once we're at the right sort of part, then our parachute should be, like, yeah, see? It's now up in the air. I can see it. Can you? Let me know in the comments about this time. And it does take a little bit, but since we're not burning up in the atmosphere causing friction to make heat, we can just eject the heat shield. And we wait. For a long time, what it feels like. Yeah, it's taking a very long time. I seriously don't know why, but it's just taking a while. You can also see it in the sort of atmosphere level thing. There we go. And as you heard, the heat shield just turned into millions, billions, or trillions, or quadrillions of pieces. Because it crashed onto the surface of Eve, which allows us that we're lucky. Because now we're landing on land. And if it makes some sort of oceany sound, then you're going for a splashdown. And as you can see here, we're on the surface of Eve. And we have to wait for a while for it to be day. And this planet, there we go. So now we're on the surface of Eve, and as always, make your guide to be an EVA. Oh god. And then plant a flag. I'm just not going to add the details because it's some sort of like test site, and as you can see it says NASA, and yes, I love NASA, but I also like SpaceX too. Like, they're both equally pretty cool. I'm not sure about the space company Blue Origin. Oh gosh. Jeb? Okay, there we go. And as another, as always, collect a sample of Eve. So what it says over here is the surface appears to have a very strong purple tint to it. Or is it gray and it just looks purple because everything else on Eve is? You start to wonder if you're not taking on a purple tint yourself. So, yeah. Apparently Eve might actually be just a gray body of rock with a purpley or gray atmosphere. And if you hear any meowing, that's my cat Pete. That's a little off topic of this video. I seriously wonder, because you can do it on Lace, but what about on Eve? Nope, you can't do it on Eve. That would be so funny if you could. Like, super extremely funny. And then we recover the vessel. As you can see here, it's nighttime in this game. Very strong dang it moment. Or I guess-ish. Up next is how the rocket will react on Dunna, which is the Mars representative of, well, Mars. That's why I said Mars like 3 times, and I included the third one because I just said Mars, and now I said it 4 times. Anyways, moving on. We're going to use the MK1 lander can because that's what someone on YouTube used. And he's also one of my well, I technically subscribe to him. Anyways, then we need to have about like 2 parachutes because that's what he did. Duh. About here. This is off course. There we go. About here. We got 3 parachutes. But what we also need is a thruster on the bottom of it. Because thrusters also not only navigate your vehicle, but it also makes a perfect landing for a planet that doesn't have that much gravity, like no atmosphere, so then no parachute is deployed. But for Dunna, it has a weak atmosphere, which causes like less friction if I were to assume. And it's also a lot smaller, like the moon, except Dunna is smaller than the moon. What did you expect? Wait, I actually may not have said that in a previous video, never mind. And on the Dunna part, we're about to talk about landing legs. And if I can find it, the magnetic boom. Yes, it's seriously call it the magnetic boom if you were wondering. Oh, these developers. I mean, I guess that can be called the magnetic boom in real life. Or what is it just called? Yeah, I'm not going to read that because my brain is a bit lazy to read. Anyways. Let's grab in a crew. Wait, where's Jeb? Jeb, are you there? Yes, he's still there. I guess we're going to need Valentina. Let's launch it. And I said, well, because I actually don't know. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And I forgot the staging again. Well, this time I'm not even going to worry about it. What's the lowest orbit I can get in Duna? Let's see. This much. $379,250. Okay. Set to orbit. I'm so bad at cursing my cursor. Like, do you get it? Just kind of like moving my cursor around. That's the sort of like mouse. Anyways, put it on retrograde, which will again shorten our orbit. Launch that. And then we wait. Wait, hang on. Hang on a minute. Okay, good. Wait, are these extendable? Okay, yeah, they can retract and extend. Anyways, then protograde. Launch. The time warp. Yeah, apparently I can't do that. Wait. Oh gosh, I'm going in another direction. Ooh, panicking. You definitely have to keep your eyes on a landing spot. This is also going to probably be the first time I landed on Duna. Oh jeez, I messed that up. There we go. Slow us down. Jeez. Aw. I should have looked in my atmosphere before seeing, like, my atmosphere sort of grid bar before I did, you know. Oh, I can see the surface of Duna. Now, we kind of let our parachute slow us down ish. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh. And we did it. Which, this is also a bit of an awkward landing, despite this. Like, it's not a perfect landing, but again, my best landing I ever done on Dunna. And Dunna's skies are just pitch black. I thought they were going to be like Mars's, but like, it would have been so cool if the atmosphere on Dunna was just like Earth's. Well, I mean Mars's, but again, another as always. Plant a flag. Come on! What is happening? Plant a flag. And again, I'm not going to describe this one. And that's about all I can think of. Like, really. And despite me landing on Dunna, I think now I know how to land on the Mun, Minmus, and Elu. And other bodies that don't have an atmosphere for a parachute. There we go. So, take out the sample. And according to this, it says the surface consists of a grainy, fine like sand-like dust, and it appears to be getting everywhere. Of course, because the wind should be like Mars, duh. Because Eve is technically Kerbal Mars. Like, it used to be filled with life, but then it's just dead. A dead world. Or that actually could be a theory. I actually don't know. Oh, the gravity over here is... It's a little weak. Why is she smiling? The way they smile is so funny. I really wish I could do a warp. But I don't know how to with a moving Kerbal. Like when I'm moving a Kerbal. Oh jeez. Oh no. I broke her bones again. That's also so called Ragdoll mode. And if we had an engineer, we could have just repacked the chute. Wait, what? Hang on. I actually did know that pilots can do that too. That is so awesome. Like, that's super cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video and you learned something new from it. And if you did enjoy it, then please press the like and subscribe buttons. And press the bell so then you'll never miss a brand new video that, of course, I post. And I will see you in the next one. Cheerio.